I remember vividly the first time I realized something I had never thought of. One morning, like any other, I woke up and did the usual things, brushing my teeth, washing my face, and then quickly drinking a hot cup of coffee. I thought I was doing everything I needed to start my day healthy and full of energy. But there was one little thing I kept ignoring, and it was something that could be silently affecting my health every day. A few months ago, an elderly friend of mine, Martha, shared an experience that has made me think for a long time. She has lived alone for many years, and her morning routine is no different from what I do. But recently, she started feeling tired. Her knees hurt, and sometimes she feels strangely out of breath in the morning. When I went to visit her one morning, I noticed something strange. She did everything the same, but I couldn't help but wonder, could these seemingly harmless habits be the cause of the pain she was experiencing? We often overlook small changes in our daily routine, especially as we age. But as we age, our bodies don't respond the same way they did when we were younger. Seemingly harmless actions, like waking up too quickly or brushing our hair too vigorously, can have serious effects on our health. And unfortunately, we only realize the truth when it's too late. It was Martha who opened my eyes. A seemingly ordinary habit can have a big impact on the health of seniors. I started thinking about changes I could make in the morning. Small but important habits that I had never considered. Today, I want to share with you Martha's story and the lessons I learned from it, so that you don't have to regret it like I did. After talking to Martha, I started to look at my habits and really pay attention to how my body changes as I age. When we were young, we could wake up without worrying about breakfast, drink a cup of black coffee as soon as we opened our eyes without feeling any effects. We could have a light breakfast, eat something sweet, or just drink a cup of coffee, and then rush into work without thinking about the long-term effects that our habits could have. But when you turn 65, your body doesn't respond the way it used to. The changes in your body are subtle, sometimes barely noticeable, but they have a profound impact on your health. I began to see this more clearly when Martha told me about the symptoms she was experiencing. Despite having maintained the habit of drinking black coffee and eating a light breakfast for many years, she began to feel dizzy and uncomfortable after breakfast, especially when she hadn't eaten anything before. As we age, our body's ability to process blood sugar decreases. So having a light breakfast or drinking black coffee on an empty stomach can have dangerous effects that we may not expect. The body begins to have difficulty balancing blood sugar, especially if we don't get enough protein or important nutrients in the morning. Skipping a full meal can lead to a lack of energy, reduced muscle strength, muscle loss, and imbalance. Martha used to love her morning black coffee, but after turning 65, she no longer felt as energetic as she used to. Instead, she started feeling dizzy every morning. At first, she thought it was just a normal part of getting older, but when she went for a checkup, the doctor pointed out that drinking coffee on an empty stomach actually increases the imbalance of blood sugar, affecting the insulin levels in the body. This added to her fatigue and dizziness, which she had not noticed before. Another important thing I learned from Martha is that eating too much sugar and simple carbohydrates for breakfast can cause serious health problems. When we eat sweets or simple carbohydrates in the morning, our bodies quickly absorb them and create a sudden increase in blood sugar. This can cause the body to react strongly, causing blood sugar to spike and then crash, causing dizziness, loss of energy, and even feelings of anxiety or restlessness. Martha used to have a habit of eating white bread and a glass of sweet fruit juice for breakfast. This habit seemed harmless, but after a while, she realized that it not only made her feel tired right after eating, but also increased her feelings of anxiety and discomfort in her body. After consulting with her doctor about a more reasonable diet and breakfast habits, she changed her breakfast habits. Instead of eating white bread and drinking sweet fruit juice, she started adding protein, such as eggs or yogurt, to her breakfast. As a result, her health gradually improved. She felt more alert and no longer felt dizzy or tired after breakfast. Martha's story made me think a lot about how our bodies change and the impact of bad habits that we don't realize. The health of the elderly requires special care, especially when there are changes in hormones, muscle loss, and the ability to regulate blood sugar. Habits that seemed harmless in the past can become the silent cause of damage to our health as we age. Therefore, changing these habits, adjusting our diet, and exercising is extremely important so that we can live healthier and more energetic in our later years. When she started changing her eating habits, Martha not only focused on breakfast, but also realized another important aspect of personal health care: personal hygiene. At a certain age, the body no longer functions as it did when young. Personal hygiene habits seem simple and daily, but can be easily overlooked or not paid attention to properly, seriously affecting overall health. Martha shared that she used to think that bathing and brushing her teeth were enough to stay healthy. However, as she got older, she began to notice changes in her body that she had never experienced before. One of the first problems she noticed was that her skin started to become drier and more irritated. She and other older people tend to skip certain parts of the body when cleaning, such as the back, neck, and between the toes, which are places where bacteria and dirt can accumulate that we don't see. Martha began to realize that if she didn't pay close attention to these areas, her body could easily become infected or develop skin damage. One of the most overlooked areas was her back and neck, where skin was easily forgotten when bathing. The same goes for cleaning between her toes, a habit she realized she hadn't really paid attention to for years. Leaving moisture and dirt in these areas could lead to infections or the development of skin conditions, like folliculitis or ringworm. She began making small changes to her daily hygiene routine. First, she paid more attention to bathing, especially in hidden areas like her back and neck, and especially between her toes. She also used a moisturizer that suited her skin type to prevent dryness, and checked her skin daily for signs of abnormalities. Along with that, changing her oral hygiene also became an important habit, not just brushing her teeth, but also cleaning her tongue and using dental floss to remove food debris and bacteria. Maintaining proper hygiene not only makes Martha feel good, but also improves her overall health, which helps her maintain a healthy body and reduces the risk of infections and skin diseases. Martha finds that sometimes these small changes can make a big difference in maintaining a healthy body. And more importantly, it helps her to be confident in living a happy and healthy life in the years to come. Martha had already started to change her hygiene habits, but there was one part of her body that she had not thought about until her doctor reminded her: her tongue. She had always thought that brushing her teeth was enough to keep her mouth clean and her breath fresh. But one day, during a conversation with her doctor, she realized that her tongue was home to millions of bacteria, leftover food particles, and small debris that, if not cleaned properly, could become a potential bacterial nest, leading to many serious health problems. The tongue is more than just an organ that helps us eat and talk. It also plays an important role in maintaining oral and overall health. However, because the tongue is neglected in daily hygiene, bacteria and debris can accumulate, leading to problems such as bad breath, gingivitis, or even more serious conditions such as heart disease and respiratory infections. Martha was surprised when her doctor explained that bacteria on the tongue can enter the bloodstream through small tears in the gums or even through the lining of the mouth, causing serious health problems that she had never considered. After hearing these words, Martha decided to change the way she cleaned her tongue. She started using a tongue scraper, a small but effective tool that removes the thick film on the tongue that harbors bacteria and food particles. She also found that using a tongue brush helped remove leftover food particles and reduce bad breath. To her surprise, after just a few weeks of this new habit, she noticed that her breath was fresher, her taste buds were clearer, and her health even seemed to improve. Not only does tongue cleaning help Martha prevent oral diseases, it also supports her body's immune system. Removing excess bacteria from her tongue reduces the burden on her immune system, allowing her body to focus on fighting other illnesses. Martha has learned that sometimes small changes to her daily hygiene routine, such as tongue scraping, can have huge health benefits that she never thought possible. Since then, Martha's tongue has never been an overlooked part of her healthcare. She understands that taking care of her whole body, including proper tongue hygiene, is an essential part of maintaining long-term health, especially as she ages. After realizing the importance of tongue care, Martha did not stop there. She realized that taking care of the body is a long journey, and no part of it can be ignored, especially the feet, the lifelong companions. Although the feet are responsible for supporting the entire body every day, many people, especially the elderly, often forget to take care of them properly. Martha realized this early on when she began to feel that her legs were not as flexible as before. Although there were no serious signs, her legs began to have slight aches and pains, sometimes a feeling of numbness when standing for a long time. She decided to see a doctor, and the doctor advised her that she could not ignore foot care if she wanted to have long-term health. Foot care is not just a matter of hygiene, but also involves many other factors, such as blood, circulation, controlling bone and joint problems, and even protection from dangerous diseases, especially for people over 65. Changes in muscle strength and blood circulation can cause serious problems such as swelling, joint pain, or even diabetic complications such as foot ulcers. Martha learned that it was important to wash her feet thoroughly every day. She used warm, not hot, water and a soft cloth to clean both her feet and between her toes. Once her feet were clean, thorough drying was essential. She no longer rushed after bathing, but took the time to use a soft towel to dry each toe, avoiding moisture between the toes, where fungus could develop. In addition, the doctor advised Martha to check her feet every day for any wounds, sores, or other abnormalities. This helps to detect problems early, preventing them from developing into serious conditions. She also learned that wearing shoes that fit properly, not too tight or too loose, is important to protect her feet. With these small changes, Martha felt her feet become stronger. The pain gradually decreased, and she felt more confident walking. Enjoying light walks around the park, she knew that taking care of her feet was not just a habit, but an important part of keeping her body healthy and independent in her later years. One morning, as Martha was preparing for a doctor's appointment, she suddenly remembered a conversation with her longtime friend, Lucy. In that conversation, Lucy shared an issue that most people ignore: proper armpit care. At first, Martha was quite surprised because she had never thought that armpits were so important to health. But the more she learned, the more she realized the indispensable importance of taking care of this part. Martha learned that the armpits are more than just a place to hold sweat or apply deodorant. They are also home to lymph nodes, an important part of the body's immune system. These lymph nodes help filter out toxins, bacteria, and viruses that may enter the body, keeping the body healthy and immune. However, if not cleaned properly, the armpits can easily become clogged with bacteria, oil, and deodorant, leading to serious problems such as infections, allergies, and even long-term health problems. When her doctor first mentioned this, Martha felt like an important aspect of her personal hygiene routine had been overlooked for years. She realized that proper underarm hygiene would help improve the body's ability to detoxify and support the immune system, helping the body maintain a healthy state over the long term. Martha began to adjust her hygiene routine. She not only washed her body, but also paid close attention to her armpits. She used warm water and mild soap, combined with a soft washcloth, to gently wipe the area, helping to remove sweat and bacteria buildup. She also chose natural deodorants, avoiding chemicals that could irritate the skin and clog pores. In addition to hygiene, Martha also realized that it was important to check her armpits regularly for early signs of abnormalities such as swelling, redness, or pain. Once she discovered a problem, she would not hesitate to seek medical advice. With this small change in her body care routine, Martha feels more confident and healthy. She finds that proper armpit care not only helps maintain physical health, but can also positively affect the immune system, keeping the body in top condition well into her later years. One morning, as Martha sat drinking her tea, she reflected on all the changes she had made to her health routine, recalling the conversation she had with her doctor about the body parts that were often overlooked. She began to realize that if we do not pay attention to seemingly small and unimportant parts of our body, we can face serious health consequences. Martha realized that cleaning and caring for these parts is not simply about maintaining a clean body, but also about protecting overall health and strengthening the immune system. Proper care of parts, such as the tongue, armpits, and feet, is a way to help the body eliminate bacteria, reducing the risk of infection and other serious problems. These parts not only directly affect health, but also have a close connection to important functions in the body, such as digestion, circulation, and the immune system. For example, the tongue is not only an organ that helps us eat, but it is also home to millions of bacteria. If not cleaned properly, these bacteria can enter the bloodstream, causing serious illnesses such as respiratory infections, heart disease, and even cancer. A simple habit like using a tongue brush or tongue scraper every day can help protect the body from potential risks. When it comes to feet, Martha realized that not only is it a matter of walking, but neglecting foot care can lead to serious problems. Problems like infections, fungus, and even foot pain due to lack of proper care can affect mobility and overall health. Proper foot hygiene and care can help prevent infections and reduce the risk of falls, which is especially important as we age and lose flexibility. Finally, the armpits, an area that is often overlooked, play an essential role in the immune system. The lymph nodes in the armpits help the body filter out toxins and bacteria. If this area is not cleaned regularly, it can easily lead to infections, inflammation, or allergies, which can weaken the immune system. Proper care of the armpits can not only help prevent these health problems, but also help maintain a strong immune system, protecting the body from disease. Martha understands that paying attention to these areas is not a new habit, but an investment in long-term health. Caring for your tongue, feet, and armpits is not just a matter of hygiene, but a way to keep your body functioning optimally, helping you maintain strong health and a clear mind for the rest of your life. After understanding the importance of taking care of body parts like the tongue, feet, and armpits, Martha realized that there are some simple habits that anyone can adopt to improve their overall health and maintain a youthful appearance. These habits do not require much time or effort, but the benefits they bring can make a big difference to the quality of life, especially for seniors. 1. Clean your tongue every day. Martha started a habit of cleaning her tongue every morning using a tongue scraper, which helped her feel much more refreshed. Cleaning her tongue helps remove bacteria and food particles, while also improving her breath and helping her taste food more clearly. This method is extremely simple and only takes a few minutes a day. In addition, it also reduces the risk of heart disease, respiratory infections, and bad breath, problems that can easily occur when the tongue is not cleaned properly. Benefits: cleaning your tongue every day improves your oral health, boosts your immune system, and makes you feel good all day long. 2. Proper foot hygiene. Martha has started paying more attention to foot care. She washes her feet every day with warm water and a soft towel, especially between the toes. She then makes sure her feet are thoroughly dried to avoid the growth of bacteria and fungus. This helps her prevent problems like infections and nail fungus, as well as maintaining flexibility and reducing the risk of falls, which is important as you age. Benefits: proper foot hygiene helps prevent infections, reduces pain, and improves mobility, keeping the body strong and stable. 3. Care for the armpits and underarms. Martha realized that proper hygiene of the armpit area not only helps the body stay clean, but also supports the immune system. Every day, she cleans this area with a mild soap and then uses a soft towel to dry it. This not only helps her feel more confident, but also helps prevent skin diseases and inflammation problems. Benefits: proper underarm hygiene helps boost the immune system, reduce body odor, and help the body eliminate toxins effectively. It also helps prevent infections, allergies, and skin problems that can arise when this area is not properly cared for. 4. Listen to your body and maintain a regular hygiene routine. For Martha, one of the most important things is to maintain a regular hygiene routine, just a few minutes a day, to care for important parts like her tongue, feet, and armpits has helped her feel a clear difference in her health and spirit. She doesn't feel as tired or irritable as before, and especially feels confident when communicating with people. She also began to notice that her body recovers more easily after each gentle exercise, thanks to improved hygiene and blood circulation. Benefits: listening to your body and maintaining a healthy routine can increase your energy, improve your flexibility, and protect your long-term health. When your body is clean and healthy, you can feel more confident and enjoy your day more. Martha understands that taking care of your body is not a one-time thing, but a daily practice. These small habits may seem insignificant, but they have a profound impact on your overall health. And she hopes that sharing these habits can help others, especially seniors like her, live healthier and happier in the years to come. As Martha sits back and reflects on the positive changes she has experienced over the years, she can't help but feel grateful for taking action early. Focusing on seemingly simple hygiene habits can have a powerful impact and can change the quality of her life. She has found that these habits not only help her feel better every day, but also help her maintain her health, confidence, and mental clarity as she enters her twilight years. She wants to share this with everyone, especially those who are feeling tired or not really paying attention to their health. She understands that as we age, it can be easy to let go of basic habits that are key to long-term health. If you are reading this, take a moment to think about small habits you can change today. Don't wait any longer. Start with the simple hygiene habits Martha shares, like brushing your tongue every day, washing your feet carefully, and taking care of your armpits and other areas that are easy to miss. These only take a few minutes a day, but the benefits are incredible. You'll feel fresher, healthier, and you'll probably notice a difference in your physical and mental well-being. Martha encourages you not to wait until a problem arises to start taking care of yourself. Take action today. Don't let bad habits cause irreparable damage later. A few minutes a day can be the first step to improving your health long-term. Starting today, every morning, brush your tongue, take care of your feet, clean your armpits, and other parts of your body that you may have overlooked. Don't let your health be affected by bad habits. Take action now to protect your health. And remember, every decision you make today will affect the quality of your life in the future. Martha teaches us an important lesson about health and hygiene that many of us can overlook, especially as we age. Simple hygiene habits, like brushing your tongue, taking care of your feet, and taking care of your armpits can help improve your overall health and boost your immune system, but they are often overlooked. In fact, these habits can help prevent serious health problems and improve your quality of life long term. Martha proves that self-care is not a luxury, but a habit that should be maintained every day, and that it will help you feel healthier and more confident. So, start with simple habits today to protect your own health. If you find Martha's story useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to Senior Moments Matte channel for more videos about health and life. Share your thoughts on this story and don't hesitate to leave questions or share your experiences in the comments section.